Hello again. Yes, it's already Monday, and this is Sandi Ballard, your host of Monday Motivation Podcast. No more excuses. Oh, what do? I help people regain their focus, get motivated, and then hold them accountable. Wow, my website is www.growingforward.biz, and you can email me at sballard@growingforward.biz, B-I-Z. Wow, I've got a lot of things going on right now. I had a great champagne lunch for women a couple weeks ago, and I have a goal workshop, 90-day goal workshop. So every 90 days, so every quarter, basically I'm going to have a progress check. So where are you on your goals? Have you even written them down? Have you checked your progress? Do you have a plan? So once you have all that in place, we'll just keep checking on that. That is on April 28th from 9 to noon. And then I have I have 3 different monthly accountability groups going on right now. They run in 6-month increments. And for some reason, don't really talk about them very much. But I have a lot of those going on in their accountability groups, and they meet monthly. So a bunch of like-minded business people get together and talk about what's going on, frustrations, successes, and then I get to hold them all accountable. So if you're interested in any of those things, check out my website and reach out to me, and I can give you more information. So, gosh, last week's podcast was about focus. It ain't easy. And oh my Lanta, my daughter loves to say that. I had my own struggle with focus as well. But the thing is that I don't know if it was because that was my theme for the week with my social media and my podcast. I did recognize it, and when I was losing my focus, and I was able to pull myself out of it. How about you? The question I asked was, what were you going to focus on, and how were you going to regain your focus or keep your focus when things got tough? So, what was it? How'd you do? Well, it was just an ironic week of me losing my focus, but also I had a client meeting middle of the week, and I asked what was his biggest challenge so far this year, and he said focus, and I was like, perfect. That's what we're focusing on this week. And we talked through what was going on and the fact that he hadn't really set his goals, but one of his, what he thought, quote unquote, goals was to experience life as it came to him. And what that was really doing was keeping him from focusing. It's okay that he didn't want to be so rigid with life, I think because that's sort of how his past has been. But it's okay that he didn't want to be so rigid, that he was afraid he'd miss out on opportunities, that he didn't want to miss out on anything, especially fun. Who wants to miss out on fun? But what was it doing for him? How is having a goal to experience life as it came to him working? And was it really a goal? Is it really a goal? We discussed a lot. We discovered that there was some fear going on there, and it was lurking in the shadows. And as a linear thinker, and one of the things he perceived as a linear thinker is that the path to achieve goals couldn't change. That once you set that plan in place, that was it. You could not deter from it. And how many times have we, like you're focused on your goal and you just keep hitting figuratively, a brick wall? Well, sometimes that's something in the plan that's not working. So we actually talked about, well, maybe it's time to turn left and go around that brick wall. But the thing with the path is when you focus on the goal, and the path can adjust as you move along it. As you create the habits and finish the tasks that are associated with goals, when you're climbing and driving along, however you envision it, things may change. As we grow and evolve as a person, some things might become easier, less important, more important, not necessary, or clearer. All those things affect our paths. So we started talking through that, and as we broke things down for him, the fear that he was avoiding was attached to the perception that the path couldn't change. So he was avoiding setting more tangible, big goals. And he kept life fun and fluid, and that's fine. But he realized now he can have fun and experience life along the way as he's staying focused on a goal. So then we broke his big goal down to one thing. So now instead of being caught up and overwhelmed with the fact that he thought he had to be so rigid with his plan and focused on this big, ginormous goal, he could focus on getting one new client. That's it. And then we talked about how. So he created his plan and what he could do to get that just one new client. Kind of helps you not feel so overwhelmed, doesn't it? So until you sit down and check your progress, you may not really realize what you're not doing. So he was not focusing, which was causing him to avoid podcast 53, this was his assignment. Just do it. Okay? Just do it. So, back to you. What are you realizing now? What are you or have you been avoiding? And once you focus, what has your lack of focus done to you? How has it affected your life, your business, your career, your goals, your success? When I had lost focus a few times, because it was more than once last week, it cost me time, productivity, and potential clients, as I wasn't focused. I wasn't doing what was needed and necessary to market myself and my upcoming events and workshops. Perhaps there's some fear lurking behind there, because there usually is. But I was lucky enough, I guess, or aware enough, I should say, to pull myself back on track. However, now sitting down and taking the time to reflect, I realized, wow, I did not do these things because I lost time when I was fiddling around doing other things that weren't paying me, weren't helping my clients. So for you, take some time and reflect. Reflect on what's been happening and what's not happening. Whether it's the last couple weeks, the whole first quarter, realize what you can do to regain your focus. And yes, last week was about focus and how to regain it. But my guess is, until you're listening to this, that you hadn't really realized that what was going on and what you were losing by losing focus. And I doubt you took the time to put it all together. So, all right, then you got to take the time to understand the damage lack of focus has done, and what more you can lose, and how it can really hurt you if you don't take the time to catch yourself and refocus, all right? What is the lack of focus keeping you from doing, and how is it keeping you from your goals and achieving your success? I know last week's, although I caught myself, I didn't realize the impact it had, I was not getting done, and what I was losing and missing out on until I took this time to reflect on it. Hopefully now you'll understand the impact of focus, because it ain't easy, right? Distractions, whether it's people, the environment, it's everywhere. Fear, everywhere. This week, tell me how your lack of focus has affected you, and whether it's keeping you, or whether it's, I guess, keeping you, well, I guess whether it's keeping track of your calendar better, whether it's sticking to a to-do list. And that really, for me, was my last week, because I rewrite my list every week. I do number 1, 2, 3, draw a line, and then everything else goes underneath that. And last week, during my time of reflection, I realized I had like 3 lists going, and they were in and out of my bag so much, I sort of lost track of those. So again, whether you need to keep track of your calendar, write a to-do list, create one, stick to it, work on your habits, creating a meal plan so you'll make healthier choices. Whatever you're going to do to regain and keep your focus and get back on track to achieve your goals, email me and tell me about it. sballard@growingforward.biz, okay? And if your plan does not exist, or you're so far off track you're not sure how to get back on, or you want to make a new one because you have grown personally and professionally, well, maybe you think about attending my workshop. If you're here local in Indiana, or maybe I could try to Skype you in. That wouldn't be too bad. It is available on my website, www.growingforward.biz, or Eventbrite. It's 90-day goal workshop.eventbrite.com. Or just email me, sballard@growingforward.biz, and say, hey, workshop, I need info. And if you want to, the workshop's only $79. And if you want to do one privately and spend a little more time, let me know, because that's a strategy session. Okay? Let's get this going. Email me. Okay? I want to hear what's going on and how I can help you achieve your success. Cheers.